Hey everybody, Terry with the dronecav. Thanks for being here. Always a thrill to see you all. Speaking of seeing y'all, did you all see last week's episode? The live episode, the first inaugural dronecav live. And boy, do we have a bunch more of those coming. I hope you liked it. Thanks for the feedback. Thanks for watching. If you didn't see it, go to our YouTube channel, check it out. It's up there to watch. And I can't say thank you enough to our fantastic guests, Ed McKeever and Michael McKeever. Of Ed's from 100 Acres of Hell. If you haven't seen that movie, find it online. I mean, it's streaming everywhere. It's just such an amazing movie. And Ed and Michael are working with some other amazing talents here in the Central Florida area and putting together their next film, The Beast Comes at Midnight. So check that out online to support those guys. I mean, it's really close to home for me because I'm in Central Florida, and they're adding a lot of cool local stuff in there, so it's going to be such an exciting movie. It's a werewolf movie. I mean, we all love werewolf movies, right? But you know, coming from these guys, yeah, it's going to be pretty amazing. So anyway, that was the first inaugural live episode of the dronecav. Got more to come. We're going to be talking to some great guests about amazing topics, ranging from their films to how they made the films. You know, what went into it, the whole process. I mean, the blood, sweat, and the tears of getting this thing out for us to enjoy. So stay tuned for that. Stay plugged into the dronecav. Follow us. Give us a like. Get you a dronecav shirt. You know, I don't have it on today. I've got my classic on. But anyway, this show, as many dronecav episodes, are pre-recorded. Now, I do that because of the technical limitations sometimes, like showing clips and things like that. Obviously, that has to be produced and edited together. So that's why those come together. So today, right now, I mean, we're watching on Thursday, but or whatever day you happen to be watching this after it premieres this coming Thursday. But today I'm recording this on Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope you're with the one you love. I hope you're having a great day and you're just eating a ton of chocolates and you've remembered to buy a card and roses and all that stuff. So I wanted to share my Valentine's Day with you. So I brought you chocolates and roses. I'm not going to do a song and dance, but hey, I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of you. I love you guys. I love your support. I appreciate that. So always look forward to talking to you. You're always welcome to, you know, ping me online or call, text, smoke signal, carrier pigeon, however you get me a message. It all works fine. But anyway, so that's what's going on. I'm just super excited. Thank you again for watching the live show, and I hope you enjoy the ones to come. Again, we've got a great future. A couple things I just wanted to talk about today. The dronecav fleet has grown a little bit, and I say that in terms of drones and cameras. I just wanted to introduce you to the new guy. Ta-da! Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this model of drone. This is a Dji Mavic Pro. This is the original Mavic that came out a few years ago. It's since been upgraded to Mavic 2, Mavic 2 Pro, Mavic 2 Zoom, Mavic Air 2, which I also have. The Mavic line is it's just been amazing. I mean, it's set the standard everywhere you look. Other drone manufacturers have copied the foldable design and the portable design with a high-powered camera in a really compact form. I mean, I love the Phantoms and the bigger drones, but there's a whole world of difference in throwing one of these in your backpack or, you know, lugging up your big giant case to, you know, carry one of those around. So, and I'm not going to get into all the technical differences in every different model. I mean, there's pluses and minuses everywhere. I'm a big Mavic fan. I shoot a lot with the Mavic, and I've had several of these, and you know how things come and go. I mean, you're always in the industry, you move things around. I mean, I get something new, I trade this, I sell that, or whatever, and I've had several of these, and I always kind of had that nagging thing that I was sorry that I didn't keep one. And you're probably asking why. I've got a newer Mavic Air 2 and some things like that are, you know, fantastic newer models. That's true, but there's some stuff about this model that I really, really, really enjoyed. It's a very stable model, but A few of the things are the camera settings are a little more involved than what you have now in the DJI Fly app. The flight control app for these is called DJI Go 4. Now, I'm not going to get into all the settings and all that kind of stuff, but let's just suffice it to say that it lets you get a little more granular with your settings as far as sharpness and saturation and contrast. And it shoots in a couple different versions of log. It shoots in RAW for your stills. It has intelligent flight modes. It has the active track and things like that. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic drone. I feel really lucky to have found this one online at a very fair price. And I'm not sure if you can see that. This is a Platinum. This was the top of the line of this model. It came out right near the end of this model run before they went with the Mavic 2. But the Platinum is, obviously it's a little different color. The original Mavics are kind of a darker gray. This is more of a platinum color. But the technical upgrades include a little better motor, a little more powerful, more energy efficient motor, a different propeller design, impeller. So it's a bit quieter, and a couple just minor upgrades. Nothing really major, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful drone, and it flies very well. If you've seen some of my past work, you've seen some shots that I've done with this. Not this particular one, but the same model. It has collision avoidance sensors in the front, does not have any in the back, and also has downward vision sensors to help it land. So again, it's a very capable drone. Now, the cool thing is, if you find one of these online and it's in good shape, not been crashed, beat up, abused, you know, that kind of thing, you can find these at a pretty good price. And I found this one in the same price range as a Mavic Mini. Now, I love the Mavic Minis, but again, they are kind of a basic drone. They're all manual. The camera controls don't match this. This also shoots 4K up to 30 frames per second, where the newer ones have higher frame rates if you need that, if you're going to shoot slow motion or whatever. So, you know, it's not blowing the new ones out of the water, but it is giving some fantastic utility for a very good price. So if you're just thinking about a drone, but you want a little more than you get with something, say like a Mavic Mini, it might be something to consider. But especially buying a used drone, it's kind of like buying a used sports car. You got to be very careful about its previous history, how the owner treated it. So you know, just be really cautious if you do shop for something like this. And again, I'm also always happy and open to discuss it with you. If you are looking at a particular model, I can help you look at the flight logs and all that kind of stuff. Okay, if you saw the live show last week, you saw me introduce a new thing that I was just absolutely out of my head excited about. Just got it that day, so I really didn't even have much hands-on. I was just still in the process of kind of getting it set up and figuring out a few things about it. This dude. Okay, what's this? Well, it's not a drone, but it's kind of drone-ish. I'm going to get into that in a second. This is an Insta 360-1, it's spelled O-N-E, X2. Insta 360-1 X2. Alright, well, what the heck is that? Well, it's a camera. But the 360 is the clue. It's a 360-degree camera. And if you'll notice, there are two like bubbles, one on either side. Those are cameras, and that's the lens. And what they do, it shoots essentially a 360-degree bubble all around. Captures everything, gets it all. So you don't miss anything. Now, there's a few other modes. You can use one camera to shoot straight ahead, like a normal camera or whatever. So the settings are just unbelievable on this. And so I'm showing you this now because I am still getting my feet wet with it, and we're going to learn along together how we can leverage this and see what kind of really creative and interesting shots we can get with it. Again, very powerful, fantastic, knock it out of the park piece of technology. Now, you know I love my Osmopocket, the little Osmo with the 3-axis gimbal. Shoots beautiful stuff, but there are some limitations, and one of those things being the Z-axis. Now, a 3-axis gimbal, of course, can compensate for whatever motion, but it cannot compensate, say, if you're walking. You get that up and down because that's changing the actual physical location of the camera. Now, the tilt of the gimbal is not going to compensate for that Z-axis motion. Well, this doesn't even have a gimbal, so it's got to be all over the place, right? Nope, because it's shooting a complete sphere of information. So you can dial in on a certain segment of that 360, and the AI in the editing software for this is remarkable. I mean, that's an immense understatement. It's just shocking how good it is. So the AI can handle that stabilization. It has a few different types of stabilization built in. All right, so that covers the stabilization. What else does it do? It has Wi-Fi built in. Now the Osmo, I love it, it's great, but to get it to connect to my phone or tablet, if I need to use that as a remote control device or viewing device, I have to plug this little adapter in, which I had to pay extra for, and activate that, kick it on, you know, connect it, blah, blah, blah. This dude, all you do is power it on, open the app on your phone, hit connect, and you're connected. It's built in. It works great. Oh, what else is built in? Bluetooth. So you can plug your AirPods or pop your AirPods in and it connects, and you can use those as a mic if you want to record commentary, like if you're going to record yourself walking along, blah, 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 and chit chat to do like a video blog or something like that. That's pretty cool too, right? Oh, but wait, there's more. You can use it as a webcam. I have a little tripod on here. Pop it up on the desk. Use it as a webcam. I haven't even scratched the surface on what this thing can do. Check out the stick. Now this is the Insta stick. This is called the invisible selfie stick. Why is it called invisible? Because it's invisible. See, you can't even see it, can you? Of course you can see it, but it's kind of a matte black color. And the way the AI software works, it will map that out. So if you're walking along, if you're videoing yourself or you're videoing something ahead, well, it doesn't matter, you're getting a 360-degree shot. It can map that out and make that invisible. They have a bunch of accessories like helmet mounts, body mounts, I mean, you can, surface mounts. You can just do so much with this, and those things will be mapped out, so it automatically deletes those from the shot. And you know, something I get like all geeky about, I've tried to figure this out with drones and kind of had some success. It's a little tricky. It's not for a beginner at all, and it's very, very tough to do, and the results aren't 100%. But can you see that? Bullet time. Made for bullet time. Matrix fans, you know what bullet time is. Neo, blah, 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 blah. How cool is that? The camera spinning around while the subject's in motion. Have you ever wanted to add that to your production? I mean, how do you do that? Do you get like 230 cameras and set them up on a vastly sophisticated bank of computers and have a team of operators program this? And, you know, well, you can either do that or you can get you an Insta 360 that has bullet time. Now, I am waiting on a couple accessories that they make to use this to shoot bullet time. Hang on. Get a sip of some high quality H2O. So there are some techniques to get bullet time. I'm going to show you one I shot. It's one of the first ones I shot. It's by no means fancy. Don't get excited about it. It just kind of gives you a rough idea. It's, again, it's the very first one. There was no scene set up or anything. It's just me standing, just whipping this thing around the air. It is shocking. So with a little polish, a little more practice with technique, you can see where it's going. So that is fantastic. All right, but lastly, I said it can be a drone. Well, how can it be a drone? In a few ways. This company, Insta, is blowing my mind. I'm talking to these guys, and actually, I just joined as an affiliate. So just being transparent there, I'm not trying to sales pitch you, whatever. I just want to learn as much about their products as I can, because I think we have our hands on some emerging technology that can just take your creativity in so many crazy ways. One of the things they make, they have an astounding bunch of accessories that really, really make this thing shine. They do have a drone mount. You can mount this to your drone. So you can get some just crazy 360 aerials. Oh wait, that's not enough? They just came out with their own what's called an invisible drone. You know it's coming. It's this little tiny thin carbon fiber thing. It's not like a big fully fleshed out full body drone like this. It's a little tiny, almost like these sport MPV or FPV drones, and it has the camera and all that, and it's just this little tiny thing, gets the camera in the air, and it makes the drone invisible. So these guys are thinking. They are kicking it in the rear end. They have pro models that go up to like 15 grand called a Titan. So they're not messing around when it comes to 360. These guys are leading the industry, leading the technology. Here we're just kind of, as amazing as this is, we're talking like a $400 or $500 camera. It's you can just imagine what the big pro models are capable of, you know, if need be. But they're addressing all different segments of the market. All right, so how can this be a drone? Well, you know, I like to fly a lot of low altitude stuff. I like to fly sort of through trees, through doorways, things like that. And that's again, it's not easy a lot of times, and especially flying through trees and branches. You've really got to be skilled. You have to practice. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. You really have to just be comfortable with getting into these really tight situations and being able to navigate that from afar, just looking at your screen, and depending on how good your eyesight is, watching that drone. So it can be tricky, even low altitude, you know, 6 or 8 feet off the ground. All right, okay, let's step back here. Let's see. Now, what is that? About 3.5 feet, maybe 4 feet. All right, say I'm whatever, you know, 6 feet tall, roughly. All right, I'm getting about 10 feet of elevation there. Now this has a 1/4-20 thread on the bottom, so of course you can take it off, but so does the handle, which I have a tripod screwed on. So you can actually screw a couple handles together and get even more altitude. How cool would that be? So you're up maybe 12, 15 feet in the air with your camera, and you're able to walk through tree branches, get up close to different things, go through windows, whatever the situation calls for. So that gives you a lot of utility without the safety issues of a drone, or really needing that practice. Now, if you're going to use your drone, again, practice. And I'm not taking anything away from flying drones at all, but it's another tool, another way to get those shots. So anyway, I'm super excited about this. Don't have a whole heck of a lot to tell you yet, because I'm still just going through the specs. I'm going to be getting out over the next probably forever and wringing this thing out to the fullest to see what it can do. It has a nice screen here. I have it off right now, but it's a touch screen. And the round shape kind of threw me at first. I thought, yeah, it's a little weird on it. It seems like wasted space, but it really isn't. The way it's laid out, the way the menus, you swipe up, down, left, right, the round circle shape is actually pretty good. It sort of fits your fingertip better because, well, your fingertips are round, if you touch something. So even that, that's thought out pretty well. One other thing I really dig about this, and I'm going to pick on the Osmo just a little bit. I love it, but I'm going to pick on it a little bit. It has an internal battery. When that battery dies, you have to plug it in, let it charge up. All right, well, if you're using it on a tripod or something, you can plug an external, these little battery packs into it and let it, feed off that. But, that can really stop the show because you can't swap the battery out. And ultimately, batteries, they have a finite lifespan. They're not going to last forever. When the battery dies, you can't replace it. So what you throw the Osmo in the drawer and forget about it. That's an expensive piece of tech to just throw away. Perfectly good camera, but you just can't put a battery in it. I mean, I don't know, maybe a repair center can do it. They'd probably want a fortune to do it. Removable battery. It just pops right out. I mean, it's that tough. And you can, it's like battery. You can get 50 of them if you want. And boom, boom, snapped in place. We got a new battery. So you can have a bunch of batteries. Oh, the last mind blower. Waterproof. Now they do make a diving case. I guess you're going to take it to, you know, very deep. But as far as shooting out in the rain or you know, splashy areas or whatever, it's supposed to be able to handle it. I haven't tested it yet, but hey, it's in the specs. So anyway, cool device. We're going to be talking a lot about this. And Insta makes a bunch of products. So, you know, check them out if this is something that interests you. They have lesser expensive cameras. They even have one that pops onto your phone. I think they make both iPhone and Android model. I might be wrong there. I'm just kind of just spouting off. But I saw they have one that plugs into your phone and uses it right off the phone. So they have a wide range, wide price range. It's not an expensive point of entry to get into this kind of photography. It shoots at 5.7K and 4K. And just, again, the quality from just my little test messing around has been fantastic. So anyway, just want to introduce you to that, introduce you to the new old Mavic, and we're going to be getting some cool shots with that as well. And anyway, take a look at this little bullet time clip and enjoy that. Don't, you know, I didn't dress up for it or anything, so don't be expecting a whole lot. But happy Valentine's Day. Glad you were here, and I hope you have a great week. Stay tuned for some amazing live guests. Again, thanks to Ed and Michael McKeever for joining us last week for the first inaugural live show. Check their stuff out online. Get you some Romero gear. I mean, get you a dronecav shirt, Scare Tactical, Wagner Wilds, Blame Joe, all this stuff. If you don't get one, I'm going to blame Joe. But anyway, anything you need, I'm here for you. Hope you guys get out and fly and get some good cinematography. Send me some shots. Let me see what you got. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week.